right, this is going to be our day 3 workout for Team Kids. Okay, we're starting with stretching again. We'll start on our knees. Let's go ahead and put your right leg out, Lee. Okay, hands on your hips.
Take it from the side.
Sure. So right leg's out in front. Okay, so you want to keep your balance. Make sure the front foot's right in front of your back knee and the front leg's nice and straight. Once you catch your balance, go ahead and lunge forward. Okay, so she's trying to keep her hips low to the floor. In our stretch today, I'm going to ask her to put her left hand on her right knee, and I want her to grab with the other hand her back foot. And she's going to pull her foot up as close to her butt as she can, and while she's doing that, she's going to keep lunging her hips forward. So you're trying to be in a full split from knee to knee while that's in there, stretching like the front of your back quad. Okay, you can go ahead and drop that foot. Go ahead and put your hands in a triangle next to your front leg. And now let's go ahead and straighten out your front knee. Okay, so the most important part of that is locking out the front knee first. Once you're in that position and your front knee is nice and locked out, if you'd like to get closer to it, you can get lower. Trying to get your nose to touch your knee. And in that position, I want you to keep your nose on your knee like that and sit your butt down on your back heel. So your front foot would slide back and you're in this nice compact wolf jump position. Good. Now keep your nose on your knee like that and keep your hands where they are, but slide your front foot into your right split. So she's keeping her nose down, slides forward into her right split. She did not keep her hands where they were. She already reached forward.
I don't know where did they stay here?
But now she's going to reach them forward. Okay, so we're laying down on our front leg in our split. Okay, sit up. Now both hands to the inside of your front leg, and let's lay down that way. So she's going to lay down, and she wants both of her arms to be straight out so that they're parallel to her leg. So it should be like 3 straight lines, a leg, an arm, and an arm. Good. Go ahead and sit back up. Good. And we can go ahead and come back up out of that, back to our knees. And we're going to do the exact same thing on our left foot now. So left foot out in front, hands on our hips to start, catch our balance, make sure we're in a nice straight line, both feet are pointing. Go ahead and lunge forward. In that lunge forward position, you're already trying to get that stretch to be in a full split from knee to knee. I'm going to take the opposite hand, which on this, it's the right hand to the front knee, and the left hand back to the back foot. She's going to pull her heel up close to her butt. So that's pulling through her front quad, like her right-legged quad. And while she's pulling that heel in, she wants her hips to stay low to the floor and towards the front foot. Go ahead and drop it. Hands in a triangle next to your front foot. From there, go ahead and straighten out your front knee. So she has her front knee locked out. Go ahead and sit down on your back foot. So she's trying to get her nose down to her knee while she's in this wolf jump shape. You want that straight leg as locked out as you can get it, with the back of your knee getting as close to the floor as you can. Keep your nose on your knee and keep your hands where they are and slide forward into your split. Reach your arms out straight. Sit up tall. Now we'll put both of our hands to the inside of our leg and lay down. So even if you're not in a full split, you can still be in the correct position on this, trying to have your leg, your arm, and your arm all being parallel to each other, nice and straight. Sit back up, nice and tall. Good. And we'll come up out of this. And now you can face forward, Leah, for this one. We're going to be on our knees again, and we're going to do our straddle in parts today. So we'll put our right leg out to the side first. So make sure your knee is facing forward, not at the ceiling. Okay, then she'll slide sideways down into her half straddle, and once she gets as far as she can go, she'll grab in a triangle in front of her own hips or her belly button. In that position, you can rock front to back, feeling the different angles through your hips. She can do the same thing when she drops down to elbows. Rocking back and forth, feeling it, and just make sure you don't let your right knee roll up to the ceiling. You want to keep it pointing forward. If you start to get comfortable and you need to readjust where your hands are, because like your foot slid out further, that is good. Alright, let's go back up to our hands, and we're going to go all the way down to our stomach now. So on your chest, arms out straight. Okay, try to make gymnast hands, so pointer fingers on the floor, pinky fingers in the air, elbows tight. Hands back to your chest. Push up. And slide back up to the top. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So on our knees to start, left leg out, knee facing forward. Go ahead and slide to the side as far as you naturally go.
This is me.
Grabbing that triangle. In that position already, start rocking it. And your butt goes 2 inches behind and 2 inches in front. You can feel it in different parts of your hips. Drop down to your elbows and do the same thing, rocking front to back. Make sure that knee stays pointing straight ahead, not at the ceiling. Go ahead, back up to your hands so we can then get in the ready position to lay down. Go ahead. Chest all the way down, arms out straight. Good. So even though the one knee's bent, that foot should still be pointing. Arms are straight and left knee is straight. Hands back to your chest. Push up. Come up out of that, and then we'll do the whole kit and caboodle. Alright, hands in the triangle. We'll do exactly what we just did. Jump out to the straddle, starting in the triangle. Now we'll go down to our elbows. We won't do any of it for all that long, because hopefully all of you will do this video a second time. Back up to your hands. Chest on the floor. Arms out straight. Good. Lock out those elbows nice and tight. Keep them in nice and close. You don't want those arms to be too wide. Hands back to your chest. Push up. And come on down. Good job, Lee. Good job. Alright, so in our pike stretch today, let's start sitting on our butt for our pike stretch. And I want you to start sitting up nice and tall. So arms up behind your ears. Good. Heels are hopefully up off the floor because you're squeezing so hard. And then she's just going to reach and extend her body out and reach down with her hands. Good. Go ahead and put your hands flat on the floor for me. Good. And then extend forward to come back up. Nice and tall. Good. Heels flexed now, or feet flexed. Do the exact same thing. Reach forward to down. Good. And notice if you do this in a flex, your hands can reach past your feet and then grab your feet and pull those heels up as far off the floor as you can get them. And then stretch back forward to up. Nice and tall. Arms closer and behind you as far as they go. And relax. Good. And now let's work our pike stretches one leg at a time. So grab your right leg. Yep, pick it up to your face. So you want that leg nice and straight and you want to pull it in. So if you have to just hold it at first, hold it with straight arms to start. Okay, that's the easiest way. Swing it around a little bit. Yeah. Okay, and then once you feel good about it, then try to bend your arms but not bend your leg to see if you can get it close to yourself. Yeah, so that's a good position to be able to hold. Okay, let's drop that one and do the other leg. Okay, so bring that one up to straight arms. Let's swing it around a little bit. Once you feel like it's pretty good, try to bend your arms a little bit. Okay, and obviously she needs to lean forward a little bit to get it to work. But like if you could do this really good, you'd be sitting up tall and having your leg point straight up at the ceiling with you. Okay, go ahead and drop that one. Alright, let's do one last pretty stretch. So nice and tall. position. Good. Stretch forward to down. And forward to up. And hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Remember, Leah is retired. This is hard work. Okay, now we're gonna do shoulder stretch, and I don't know where that chair went, but why don't you just grab the air conditioner?
Okay.
Okay. And but you're gonna stand up this time to do it instead of on knees. Go ahead and grab the edge of the air conditioner. So you can just grab the edge of a couch or a chair or something like that, and you're gonna try to drop your armpits as low as you can get them. Now, when you do it standing, you have one more stretch into the mix, which is the backs of your legs. So, Leah, can you bend your knees for me? You don't want to do that when you're doing your shoulder stretch. You want your knees locked out. Go ahead, lock them out. Good. You want them locked out, so you're working your hamstrings while you're working your shoulder stretch. When you're holding, go ahead and relax out of that for a second. Okay, we'll do that one more time. But whenever you do it, make sure your hands are close enough together to where your thumbs are touching, and you want to keep your elbows locked as you're trying to stretch your shoulders. So one more time, Lee. Hands nice and close together. Go ahead and drop those armpits down. Good. Okay, remember you can use the edge of a couch, edge of a chair, anything with your hands. It could be a little bit higher than what she's doing it at. Doesn't matter as long as you're trying to get your armpits as low to the floor as you can. You can have someone even push on your shoulders to help you out. Alright, good job, Lee. Alright, Lee, we're going to do some bridges now. But our bridges today, our goal is to get our feet and knees together. Our first one, we're just going to get in the swing of things. We're just going to do a bridge first. Okay, so get in position for your bridge. Okay, push up.
Feet, knees.
Nope,
together.
you don't have to do that one yet. Let's just get our backs ready first. So you can have your feet any way you want them, but I want a triangle with our hands. I want elbows locked out, and I want you to push your armpits open. So you want your armpits to be on top of the heels of your hands. Really push those elbows tight. Go ahead and come down. Okay, so our next two bridges, you're trying to do that exact thing with the triangle, locked out elbows and armpits open, while your feet and knees and big toes are touching. Okay, Lee, so that's what you're going for.
Okay.
Alright, so bridge number 2. Ready? Push up. Okay, make your hands correct first, and then walk those feet together, big toes together, knees together. Squeeze them like you're trying to squeeze, like pop a water balloon between your knees. That's how hard you're trying to squeeze. Good. Come on down, rock it out. Okay, and on your last one, as you're trying to hold those feet and knees together, you're really going to try to push your armpits as open as you can get them. So that's like pushing your knees straighter as you do it. Okay, in between all these, make sure you're rocking out your back and rolling out your wrist. Alright, one last one. Go ahead, push up. Okay, so it's just triangle first, feet and knees together, big toes together, and trying to push those armpits open as you do it. Don't forget those locked out elbows. Let's push and hold. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Good job, Lee. Rock it out. Alright guys, we're going to do our 3 sets of 3 on handstands now. Okay, so whenever you're ready, Lee, you're going to hop up in your lunge. So we're looking for all the same things every time we do a handstand, which is a turned out lunge, leg up into it, leg up out of it, turnouts that don't shimmy in and out, arms back where you can't see them, triangles, hollow body handstands. Alright, ready? Up. So leg up coming in, and leg up coming out. Ready? Up. Ready, up. Good, let's finish in our lunge. Hold our lunge and relax. Roll out your wrists in between. We're about to do 3 more. When we do our 3 more this time, let's really focus on good arms and hands. So right as you let go of the floor from the handstand, make sure your arms lead the way up, and they want to be nice and close to your ears, palms out. Alright, 3 more. Ready. Up. So as you let go of the floor, those arms lead the way, then right to a finished position. Ready, up. right to that arms up position. Last one, ready, up. Show it off and relax. Okay, if on all these handstands you take the time to finish in your lunge with a chin up, showed off arms, that's all going to make good habits that you don't have to think about it later. So really push yourself on these last three. Okay, last three handstands. Alright, ready. Let's aim for a hollow, everybody. Up, leg up in, right to a hollow. Leg up out and finish tall. Ready, up. Don't forget our triangles. Nice close hand triangles. And one last handstand. Ready, up. Push tall at the top. Finishing that lunge and hold. And relax. Good job. Roll out your wrist. Alright guys, we're going to do our back bends, and we're going to try 3 back bends, and since we did our bridges today with our feet and knees together, we're going to try our back bends with our feet and knees together. Okay, so some of us might not be as successful with these, but we're going to give them a try anyway. Okay, if you want to warm up your first back bend with feet apart, that's fine, but each time you're trying to get them closer and closer together after that. Alright, ready. Nice and tall position to start. Butts tucked under, belly's in, arms back. Go ahead and reach back without looking. Once you feel your great triangle, you're going to go ahead and look at it, and then go ahead and stand up. Okay, arms stay close to come up, head stays back to come up. Good, that was already better than last video, Lee. Ready? Let's do another one. Nice and tall. Yeah, let's get our feet together this time. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, everybody stand tall. Go ahead and reach back without looking. Open those armpits up, open those armpits up. Okay, squeeze a $100 bill between your knees. Go ahead and stand up. Head hang back. Most people will want to pull their chin in when they feel like it gets rough. That's not the way to make it successful. So keep that head hanging back even when it gets rough. Alright, we'll try one more, everybody. Good, bad, or ugly. Nice and tall to start. Go ahead and reach back. That was a better back. Good, make that triangle. Look at that triangle. Now stand up. Use those thighs, use those legs, head hangs. That was better with the head, Lee. Now we need those arms to stay close too. Good job, everybody. Let's rock out our backs, roll out our wrists, and then we're going to get ready for some strength stuff. I need her chair. Because the next thing we're going to do, everybody, you're going to need to have either like the edge of a couch, the edge of a chair, the edge of something, because you're going to do single leg sit and stands. If you want a little bit of a harder version of this, you're going to do it all the way down to a stack of like a pillow or two. But an easier version is like onto the edge of a couch or something. Okay, but you're going to have one leg up with your arms at horizontal. So your arms are going to stay horizontal throughout this. We're going to just do 5 on each leg. So go ahead, Lee. Let's put our arms out, leg up to start, and she's going to sit down on the chair, and then she's going to stand back up. Good, that's 1. Sit down, stand up. That's 2. Sit down, stand up. That's 3. Sit down, stand up. That's 4. One more, sit down, stand up. That's 5. Okay, we're going to do the other leg now. As you're doing them, try your hardest to keep your arms straight in front of you. You don't want to get all crazy with those arms, making circles and stuff to help yourself out. All through the leg. So you sit and stand, sit and stand. That's 2. Keep the leg locked out the entire time. So the leg that's up in the air, it never gets to bend or do anything crazy. It just stays nice and straight as you're doing it. You should be on number 4 by now. And now we got 1 left to do. Sit and stand. That's 5. Good job, Lee. Okay, now moving on to our push-ups. Okay, now the other day we did push-ups with our elbows out. Today we're going to do push-ups with our elbows in, which is more for like a tricep kind of a push-up. Okay, so we'll do 10 of these with our hands high, 10 of these with our feet high. Okay, the harder ones are with your feet high, so why don't you start with the hard ones. Okay, so elbows are going to be in. Alright, so everybody find an object like a couch or a chair, put your feet up on it. Your fingers can be slightly turned out on this, so that way your elbows come into your sides easier. So let's all do them together. Go. Down, up 1, down, up 2, down, up 3. Trying to hold our hollows the whole time. You can keep going, Lee, even whenever I don't count. So you're going to keep going. You're on like around 4 right now, everybody. Maybe you're on to 5. Every time you're doing it, you're trying to do a nice hollow body. You're trying to get your elbows to touch your sides. You're trying to do it without like a worm effect. You should be around 8 right now. Let's do 2 more. And the last one. Okay, so doing them like that is nice and hard. You could also do them on the flat ground if you don't have anything to put your arms or feet up on. Okay, the uphill ones are a little bit easier, so we'll do those second. So her elbows will stay in again. And down and up. Down, up, down, up. You keep going. You should be around number 4 right now. Everybody's just going till they get to 10. You can take your time doing them. Whenever you're doing these tricep things, these are good for like, especially when people are first learning their kip and they're trying to muscle up the end of that kip. If you got those muscles, you'll be able to save it every time. What are we on, Leah? Around
9.
number 9 right now. And 10. Okay, her arms are like jello now. Now, you guys might be doing your workouts, you know, spread out. She's doing all her workouts in one day. Okay, so moving on. After our push-ups, we're going to do V-snaps. So we're giving our arms a rest while we do our V-snaps. Now, there's 2 types of V-snaps. A double leg V-snap where both legs come up at the same time, and then alternating leg V-snaps where it's one leg at a time. We're going to do 20 total V-snaps, and we're going to go in order like this. We're going to do 5 with both legs, and then 10 alternating, which would equal 5 on each leg, and then we're going to end with 5 double leg ones again. Okay, so at the ready position, it would be a hollow body hold. She's trying to do these with never touching the ground in between. We'll see how it goes. All right, V-snaps, go. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, alternating. 1, 2, alternating. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to 2 legs for 5 and up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, whenever you guys do these at home and stuff, especially if you're going to do your video a second time through, you're trying to make your second round of video better than the first round. So, like if you were Leah and she just did it, her second time through, she's going to try to do an even deeper, tighter pike at the end of each V-snap, or she's going to try to do them a little bit quicker because it's supposed to be a V-snap, not a V-slow. Okay, so you're trying to make them better with every time you do this video. Okay, next one we're going to do, she's going to lay on her stomach. These are going to be arch ups. Okay, so she'll be on her stomach. Her hands will just be down by her sides. She's going to keep her toes on the floor as she lifts up, and she's going to stay with my count. We're going to do 10 together, everybody, and we'll stay up for a couple seconds each time. So lift up and hold, and back down. You can keep your hands on the floor too. Up, hold, and back down. That's 2. Up, back down. That's 3. Up, back down. That's 4. Remember, we're trying to keep our toes down. Up, back down. That's 5. Up, back down. That's 6. Up, back down. That's 7. Up, back down. That's 8. Up, back down. That's 9. Up, back down. That's 10. Good job. Okay. All right. Moving on along here. Oh, we still got some good stuff to do. All right. The next one is kicks, Leah. So you're going to jump up, and we're going to do 5 front, 5 side, and 5 back on each leg. Okay, so for kicks, you can use momentum into them. So you can step into them, you can go from a lunge into them, you can like get some momentum going into these kicks, and you're trying to get them as high as you can without your leg bending. Alright, so she's going to start with front leg kicks. Okay, so she's going to kick her leg as high as she can in front of her. So she'll just count on her own. She's doing 5 on, all on her right leg. Yep, you can take as much time as you want. Don't feel rushed, everybody. Okay, then she's going to do them to the side. When she does them to the side, she's trying to do this for a straddle jump position. So she wants knee to the ceiling, not towards the front. Okay, and then when she does them behind her, this is for like the back leg of like a leap or something. So as she puts the back leg behind her, she's going to put that same arm in front of her, which would be opposition. And notice how she's even lunging in her bottom leg to help get that back leg up above horizontal. Okay, so on all these kicks should all be above horizontal. This isn't like a leg lift where you're just lifting up to horizontal. This should be above. Okay, so whenever you're doing the front kicks, you can put your arms in a variety of different shapes and positions. It doesn't really matter. You're just trying to get that leg as high as you can get it. Okay, and you Hannah, for the side ones, you want your knee facing the ceiling. And good job. Yep. And to be honest with you, if you're a righty, whenever you get to kick your left leg behind you, that's actually going to be the better leg for behind, because that's, if you're doing a right split leap, it's your left leg that goes behind you. Okay, good. So after your kicks are done, we're going to all of a sudden work on our balance and all of our stabilizer muscles, because we're going to do our crossover reaches. Usually we would do these on a beam. If you have a beam at home, you can use a beam, but you could do these just as easy on the floor. Okay, so at the gym we usually do 10 on each leg, but we're just going to do 5 on each leg, assuming most of you will do this video a second time through. Okay, so you're going to start with the same arm and leg up. So she's starting with her left knee up and her left arm up. She's going to go down to that lunge position and reach across her body, and then stand right back up to her starting position. Okay, so you go down and lift back up. And we're on 2, down and back up. That's 3. Every time she goes down, her base leg, the leg she's standing on, will bend as she touches the floor. The leg that's not touching the ground will extend to straight behind her. So it goes to like a basically in-air lunge shape as she goes down to the floor. Okay, so we're on her other leg now, probably around number 2. Okay, so again, like the candlestick stand-ups, your goal is to try to keep your balance and not have to hop around. Because if we were doing these on the beam, you'd hop right off the beam if you had to hop. So you want to be stable whenever you're doing this. Okay? Alright, so give yourself a little bit of a breather, because you're about to do handstand straddle throughs. Now we're only doing 5 of these, and there's a majority of us that cannot get all the way to the straddle through. So in that case, you're going to do the straddle down, and then you're going to scooch yourself to the through position, which is a straddle seated hold for at least a second before you're done. Okay, if you only get to the straddle down part, your goal is to get your feet to land in line with your hands, beside your hands on the floor. You don't want them to be a mile back. So everybody get ready in a lunge. Go ahead up to your handstand. You're going to straddle to go either through or down. So if you landed in the down position, you're then going to scoot your feet through as you lean onto your hands to through. Good job, Lee. So we're going to have 5 of those to do. So if these are really hard for you, which they're hard for most people, Lee, just keep going. Don't worry about me. If they're really hard for you, which they're hard for most people, that means you need to work them more. It doesn't mean you should avoid them more. It means you should work them more. These are a direct relationship to the muscles you need for cast handstands on bars. And pretty much every single person has a goal of a cast handstand or an easier, better cast handstand on bars.
Whoa.
That's okay. Even if you do that, then you finish it out by doing just stand on your feet in the straddle and jump yourself through. Okay, now whenever you're on, yep. So we're on around 3 probably at home. Okay, we're getting to about 4 right now. And now your goal, even if you're not getting to the straddle through, you're trying to lean over enough on the way down that your feet land next to your hands on the floor. So you want to lean over enough that you're side by side, like as if you're on a balance beam doing these. In fact, that's a good thing to think about is if you were on a beam, would it have worked? Okay, so if you kicked up to a side handstand on the balance beam and you did a handstand straddle down, your feet would land right on the beam next to your hands, and then you'd go through to that straddle hold. Okay, so we should be on our last one now. Straddle and through. Okay, good. So if you just did those and you were actually trying to do them correct, you're a little tired right now. Shake out your legs a little bit, roll out your wrists a little bit, take a nice breather. We only got one thing to do before we get to our endurance, and it's our limbers. Okay, so whether they're good, bad, or ugly, we're all gonna try 5 front limbers and 5 back limbers. Now, in our other video, whenever we did front walkovers and back walkovers, we did all our front and then all of our back. Why don't we alternate for this one so it mixes it up a bit? So let's do a front limber first, and then we'll do a back limber back. Okay? If you need to move that chair or anything, feel free. It'll just give everybody a breather at home. If they're sitting at home and they can breathe a little bit longer after those awesome handstand straddle throughs. Alright, so clear out enough space in your house that you're not going to kick any walls or anything. So we're going to do our front limber first. Go ahead, Lee, as you are counting to your own 5. Our goals is to start our handstand like a normal handstand where you're doing leg up into it, triangles, hollow body, and then you plunge over the top. Your feet should not separate on your front limber until the last possible second. Some of you won't even need to let your feet separate on a front limber. And when you stand up just like you would on a correct back bend stand up. Head hangs back, arms stay in the whole way up until you're in control. Okay. Yep, keeping those arms all the way in. On our back limbers, you can all start doing them with your feet apart, but as you get better, you can start moving your feet closer together. The main goal of our back limber is to make sure we push our legs to straight and together off the floor, even if we don't make it. Like Leah didn't make hers just now, but it was good because she attempted to get her legs straight and together. So as long as you continue to keep trying to do it correctly, you'll eventually get there. But if the first thing you do is crawl off the floor all gross, it ain't ever gonna matter. Because even if you can get to the top with those gross, disgusting legs, we don't care. It's not gonna help your gymnastics at all. You're trying to do it properly.
3. 3, okay.
Okay, so on that back limb, remember trying to do a straight legs and legs together, even if you don't make it. The secret to making it though is you're gonna want to use that shoulder flexibility as you're reaching back on the back limber, so your armpits are all the way open and they get as close to you as you can, and then you have to plunge your armpits open and really lean them past the heels of your hands to be able to press yourself up to that hollow body handstand at the end. Oh, you're getting better as you go, Lee. That front limber was good. We got this back limber. I can feel it.
Feel it.
Yeah. Really use every last bit of that shoulder flexibility as you go back, and then press those armpits open. You had that. The further you let your armpits open up past your hands, the easier it'll be to get up. If you never are willing to lean your armpits open, it'll be hard to get up on a back limber. Okay, so at this point we probably have about 1 left each direction. So just don't forget as you're doing like into the front limber, you're trying proper leg up into it, and on the back limber you're trying proper leg up out, working our turnouts and everything. Every time taking the time to finish in good shapes before you move on to the next one. If you need breathers in between, take them. I'd rather you breathe and take a good turn than take a crappy turn because you're tired. Okay, so after you're done with all those limbers, you're definitely going to want to rock out your back, roll out your wrists. And if you need more time for them than this gave you, it's okay. Take your time, pause it. But the last thing we're going to do is our endurance for the day. Okay? And on this endurance, poor Leah. Okay, we're about to do 15-second intervals to get to our 90 seconds total. And it's going to be TikToks and then high knees. And when you do the high knees, you'll hold your hands out in front of you and make your knees come all the way up to your hands. So you're working both like the flexibility and form when you're tired, as well as the quickness and staying on your toes during the high knees. Okay, so when you're doing the TikToks, we're trying for the best shapes we can do. We're not just trying to do them all ugly and gross. The whole point is to, in the middle of your floor routines, to still be able to not be losing any points on your form and deductions as you get tired in the middle of your routine. Alright, I gotta find my stopwatch again. Alright, I found it. Alright, Leah, you let me know when you're ready. Okay, so it's intervals. So because it's 15-second intervals, each one will end up being done 3 times. Okay? So you're gonna start with tick-tocks and high knees and tick-tocks and high knees and keep going like that.
Okay.
Alright, ready? And go. Okay, so these tick-tocks are disconnected. She's not gonna finish each one. She's just gonna go tick and tock and tick and tock. Over and back and over and back until it's time for the high knees. Okay? And stop. So stand up, high knees, go, go, go. So she's trying to be light on her toes, not let her heels touch the floor, not let her heels touch the floor. Keep on going, as quick as she can. The more high knees you get in, the better. Okay, then she is back to tick-tocks now. Okay, so now Leah's a little bit old, so she's taking a little bit long in between, but your job is to try to go from high knees right into tick-tocks as fast as you can. Don't waste any time in between. Try to get in as many tick-tocks as you can. Back up, Leah. High knees. Go, go, go. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Try not to let your heels touch the floor in between. Try not to let your heels touch the floor in between. She's going to get right back to tick-tocks now. Okay, so you want to try your hardest to make everything look good, but not trying to take 2 hours to do it. Come on, all you got left is one more set of high knees. Ready, and high knees. Go, go. Get as many in as you can. Many in as you can. You're almost there, Lee. You're almost there. Come on. Come on. Everybody, you're going to make it because you got less than 5 seconds. And stop. All right, so if you that workout, it was a nice rough one, and I like it like that. Okay, so if you're that person that's an overachiever, you are going to do this again. You don't have to do it right this second. Take a little breather, go grab a drink, but then come back and do it all over again. Good job, everybody.